At it again, and I came across this crazy story that I think you guys are really going to want to hear, because things are really getting crazy around here. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new, and let's dive in.
A Federal Trade Commission demanding that Elon Musk turn over internal Twitter documents, including a list of all the journalists who had access to the Twitter files.
Musk says this is a shameful case of weaponization of a government agency for the political purposes and suppression of the truth.
Joe Concha joins us now with more. Joe, what the heck happened to the First Amendment, freedom of the press? You know, that little thing called the Constitution.
Yeah, there is no reason why the FTC needs to know the identities of journalists engaging with Twitter. What is that? This is a private company, Twitter, and there's no reason why the FTC needs to know the internal communications within this company. This is yet another government agency weaponizing their power to go against what they see as a political foe, that foe being Elon Musk, who, since he's gone to Twitter, all we've seen is transparency in terms of what went on there and all the bias and suppression that went on under Jack Dorsey during that era. And now the FTC is getting involved here. It doesn't make any sense, Todd, actually.
Isn't it also
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a whole lot of sense, right? Makes perfect sense. Now, there's a lot about this that I'm not privy to, that I don't know, okay? I just want to put that out on Front Street. But you guys know the old saying, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, it probably is a duck. If it looks like something weird, sounds like something weird, it's probably something weird. Something fishy is going on here. I don't know what. I really don't, because we don't have all the facts yet. But one question I want to know is, has the FTC done this against two other privately owned, because Twitter is privately owned companies? And if so, who and why? And what were they looking for? For what purpose did they ask for these documents or other documents from other private companies? Not public, private. I want to know.
a little odd? I mean, maybe you won't think it's that odd, but they're so specific about information about former FBI agent James Baker.
Yeah, why is that? Why did you fire him? How dare you?
Weird.
It's Elon Musk's company. They can fire and hire whoever they want. Again, this is why there is such low trust in government and institutions in general when we see our government acting this way and putting their nose and butting into situations they have no business butting into, guys.
Yeah, literally,
Facts.
The FTC is engaging in an HR question with regard to James Baker.
Right.
It makes no sense. Like, that's not even in their purview. Isn't this just Biden and the Democrats thinking that the way government should work, that you should be able to use the power of administrative institutions to abuse your enemies?
It's the way it works in Moscow or Pyongyang or Beijing. In a democracy, which I believe we're still in, this is not how it should work, Todd.
And once again, who always claims the other side is a threat to democracy? The left. But once again, who's actually shown to be a threat to democracy? The left. Once again. And I'm going to keep calling them out on this. The left tries to accuse the right of what the left is actually doing. Pay close attention. Whenever one of these leftist politicians or whenever the left does something or says something about the right, look closely at the left, because I guarantee you, okay, I can't guarantee you. I can't guarantee you with 100% certainty, but look very, very close and pay attention to what the left is doing. because they just might be doing exactly what they're accusing the right of doing. But they want all the attention over on the right. So while they're doing their thing, oh no, nobody can accuse them. They're trying to save democracy. It's the right, remember? We already told you. We told you already. It's the right who wants to destroy democracy. It's not us. Don't look over here. Pay close attention. And call them out when you see it. It's important.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like meddling to me. But now the Washington Post columnist says MLB should boycott Florida under DeSantis. Yeah. It says the op-ed argues that baseball can no longer ignore Ron DeSantis' culture wars and suggests teams go west as long as DeSantis commands an attack on diversity. You know, the person who wrote this, they're not even from Florida. So I wonder what the people in Florida would say, how this is going to directly affect their economy. I mean, just if you have no skin in it, just stay out of it.
This is written by somebody who Kevin Blackistone, who lives in Washington, is a professor at the University of Maryland, has no skin in the game, as you say, in Florida. Now, think about it. If you took all of these teams out of Florida, what does that do to all the businesses around there? Spring training is a big deal down there. Yeah. And thousands of people attend games in various cities on the east and west coast of Florida. Let's take it out. Why, by the way, are they doing this? Because Kevin Blackistone is arguing that there is an attack on diversity by Ron DeSantis. The only attack on diversity that's happening here is by Kevin Blackistone, Washington Post, on the diversity of thought, because he disagrees with the way Ron DeSantis is going about his business down there. The guy who just won by 20 points, by the way.
Remember what I told you. Pay close attention to what they accuse the right of doing. Attack on diversity? As my good brother just said, it's the left that's attacking diversity. Diversity of opinions. They don't like differing opinions, including what it sounds like to me, this writer who apparently wrote this article. Lost train of thought there for a second. I'm just, whoa. Pay close attention. Anti-diversity? Last time I checked, it was the left that wanted segregated dorms. You guys remember that video that we checked out? Attack on diversity? Yeah, okay. The left accuses the right of what the left is actually doing. Literally evidence right there. In the same video. Pay close attention, guys.
In November, one in Democrat counties like Palm Beach, like Miami-Dade, and we saw what happened, Todd, Ashley, when we saw political activists posing as journalists in 2021 when they argued that the Major League Baseball All-Star Game should be pulled out of Atlanta, right? And what was that over? Voting rights, right? And it's being suppressed. It's Jim Crow 2.0. And then what happened? Georgia has set voting records in the past two elections under this. It just looks foolish. And we talk about bias on this show often, and it's always justified. But here, we forget that sports media is probably even more biased than political media when you see this stuff come out of stuff like the Washington Post.
We did a story in the 4 a.m. hour, Charles Barkley calling out ESPN for its constant race baiting on the whole how can you have a white MVP story. And let's remember, Kevin Blackistone does a lot of stuff with ESPN, so it's part of this overall notion, and it's based upon a lack of understanding of Ron DeSantis' policies to begin with. You know, Ron DeSantis...
No, they understand it completely. But they want to push a narrative. Just like with the whole don't say gay bill or whatever. They want to push a narrative. They know exactly what the bill says. They know. But they don't care. Just saying.
Isn't anti-teaching about slavery. He's anti-teaching about the 1619 Project, which every American should be behind.
1619 Project, its core premise is that the Revolutionary War, that was the one with England, was fought over slavery. And that is completely and totally not true. So all DeSantis is doing is saying, look, let's not teach history that didn't exist, and let's not teach, in my case anyway, as a parent personally, I don't want my first grader being taught about sexual orientation or gender identification at that age, or any age for that matter. That is what a parent should have a conversation with his kid with, not a teacher. And that's all DeSantis is saying. It's being completely misconstrued by not only political media, but now sports media as well is involved.
They're all
Congratulations. Yes.
Or ESPN, hear me out, could focus on, wait for it, sports. But what do I know, Joe Concha?
Facts. Can't even do their own job. What a shame. What a shame. We live in a sad world. Clown world, if you ask me, but who am I? But remember, pay close attention when the left accuses the right of something. Look real close. You'll find the truth. And call them out when you do. It's important you do it. And we need to continue to do so. Hit that like button. Helps out with the YouTube algorithm to get this video out to more and more folks. Comment below your thoughts. Engage with the content. That also helps out with the YouTube algorithm to force this video out to more and more folks. And of course, subscribe if you are new. And if you want to share this video, it's the arrow button down below. You can copy the link and text it to anybody you like. Post it on your Facebook story or your Facebook timeline. Send it via Facebook Messenger, Instagram DM, Twitter DM. Post it on your Twitter. All right? Peace and love, family. I'm out.